What's up, guys? Just showing you the base level figure here. Again, kind of the whole point of this base level figure was that you'd be able to see kind of, I mean, it's the figure without any armor pretty much, but you're able to see it's like full max range. All I did was kind of just put like a bit of a mesh over it so it looks almost just like an undersuit. This guy is kind of half painted. I'd get a little bored while I was painting it and I had other stuff to do, so I kind of just left it at that. This isn't my priority. I have orders I'm actually working on, so this is kind of just a little bit in the back burner. Especially for like my own armor as opposed to just like using actual characters that exist already out there. So again, this is just the base level here, so nothing crazy with the shoulders, not butterfly joints or anything, but they do have pretty good range. I did try to make it so they could go up almost as high as possible there. You can obviously swivel to go full range up there. I have a joint that's just at the top, kind of right at the bicep there, so you're able to get the full range that way. Check out those biceps. Full range twist. This is just some of that primer coming off here. I'm trying to find a good primer. I used a gray resin as opposed to the normal black, so it's kind of been, I also used a brush on primer this time too, and I think it just kind of seeped into the cracks a little bit, so now it's coming out a little bit, but that's, I mean, kind of normal, I guess, as long as I can kind of catch it before I send these off or anything. But so yeah, there's a range kind of at the bicep there, which is like a full 360 rotation there, so you can be able to rotate, wave, and put behind the back. Relaxed. And rotate, double joint, fold right up. The hand also has a full range of motion. Round. See, same thing on the other side. It is just a torso connected to a hip, so there's a little bit of range there, but no more than like the average human body. I know some have some pretty wild, you can buy some figures that are like a pretty wild range there, but I don't have too much there. Going on to the legs here, I definitely got like a lot more range there. I definitely tried to make it a little bit more room. I also try to make some shoulder pads a little bit for these ones, so that's why it's a little harder, I think, for it to go in. For up here, they were supposed to go kind of flat as much as this one here. Full range for these here. Look at that. Whoa! Blood sport. Again, rotating kind of top half of the thigh joint, so you can kind of get some more interesting poses in there. Whoa. Stay. Oh yeah, it was there. I think the foots I still have to kind of work on a little bit. They seem to be a little loosey-goosey for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what are those, you know. So you can get a little bit more some rotation in there. You can be sitting down. The thinker. Yes. The yogi. Full rotation. Again, this foot's. Yeah, I gotta look at that. Double jointed for the boots, so it's pretty much a full range of motion for the leg there, all the way where like the foot's kicking the butt. So kind of fun. There's a couple times where you can kind of pose it where it does look like he's running his ass off trying to run away. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Pretty good range there. And then I have just kind of like a small SMG with it too. Let's see if I can get this in here. So then with the rotation, you can kind of get it looking pretty. Oh, tactical. Keep dropping stuff. Yeah, so again, base figure here. This one's going to be up in the store kind of as soon as I figure out this foot thing. It's really been bugging me. It's just like a really easy pop in, pop out for some reason. I'm not exactly sure what's going on here. I'd like to kind of have it so that there's maybe like, I want a helmet for him because I love the helmets. And then maybe like a weapons pack that kind of comes with, so like a couple different weapons you can have with a sword, kind of like a, my plan was kind of to do it like a dummy 13 almost, but not that like you just click armor on, but actually that also might not be a bad idea, where you could even maybe like a Mega Bloks kind of like click armor on. I don't know how I'd exactly design that, but you could probably make it work. The weapons pack for sure though is something that I would like to do. Yeah, these seem to be looking more like Acid Rain every day, and I swear to God, that's not my plan. I don't even have any Acid Rain toys. Like, they're far too expensive for me to afford. But just looking at it now, I'm like, oh yeah, that's weird. It actually kind of does look like an Acid Rain figure. Yeah, obviously I got a couple of different paint jobs I'm trying to do here. I didn't mind the gold armored one. Kind of seemed like a cool undersuit, a little more Dead Spacey. And then with this guy, I just tried with like a bit of a minigun, with like one of the miniguns I had from my other figures. So yeah, this is it. This is the new kind of base level figure. Yeah, hopefully you'll be seeing more of it, and yeah, just keep your eye out for it. Bye.